Hello, here are some Shipt tips for the Shipt shopper and for the Shipt member. These are my own personal perspectives and opinions. I'm not a licensed or paid representative of Shipt. Slide. Tips and know-how and how to be a Shipt shopper, and also how to be a Shipt member. This is a slideshow. At any time you can pause and take your time. In detailing the service, I will have a subject at the top, and the answer for the Shipt shopper will be on the left, and the answer for the member will be on the right. Breaking down some terminology: DO, delivery only; AR, acceptance rate; Shipt personnel that shops for groceries or delivers them are called Shipt shoppers. Customers that place an order to be shopped and or delivered are called members. I believe this is because they pay a monthly pros or the benefits. Subject at the top, shopper info on the left, member on the right. Pros for the shopper: a Shipt shopper can pick up the job in order to make extra money as a side job. If they do well, they can do it full time. I have met retirees that do it as a side hustle, and like myself have met many people that were laid off due to COVID-19 and needed a quick way to make cash. During the pandemic, it served as a great purpose and helped out a lot of people unable to get out and go shopping, like people working from home, plus schooling their children. Mainly, it helps seniors who are high risk for the virus. Once the world gets back to normal, this can remain as a good side hustle. 2 extra pros: as a Shipt shopper, you can be a member for no charge. Once you do 30 grocery shops in a week, you just don't want to go back and do it for yourself. Pros for the member: members who are quarantined, working from home, schooling their children, and seniors high risk to COVID-19 utilize Shipt. It was and still is a service to them that takes a burden, a chore off their mind. Hopefully the pandemic is ramping down and members will continue to use the service. Turn it. Getting started for the shopper. To become a Shipt shopper, you go online and follow the prompts. They ask you questions and they do a background check. And if they have a need for shoppers, they will send you a get started kit. There is an online training which is super simple, and it has periodic questions that you answer along the way to prove that you are paying attention. Once you pass, you wait for your Shipt credit card to come in the mail. This is preloaded with the approximate amount needed to pay for groceries of an order you accept. It is highly recommended to join a Facebook Shipt group for your area. You learn tons. It's also recommended to immediately get out and do a Shipt shop. Getting started for the member. For a member, it's simply an app you download. Once you create a login and password, choose your level of membership. All you then need to do is shop away. Let's follow the Shipt shopper app and explain each menu item. This is my personal one. Each page will be for each subject line. Subject available orders. Available orders for the shopper. You will designate an area or metro that you prefer to shop in. Orders closest to your area will come to you first. Orders that are not snatched up by a shopper will go out to the metro for any shopper to grab. Some shoppers shop several metro areas to increase their offers. There is a hierarchy or how shops are offered. It has to do with if you are new. You will get a slew of orders in the first 2 weeks. I surmise it is to throw you to the fire to see if you sink or swim. But ultimately, it has to do with acceptance rating, customer matching, etc. There are slides and screenshots of this all over the Facebook group to see. Available orders for the member. When a member places an order based on how many people are on schedule for different time periods, depend on what shop or delivery slots are available to choose from. As the member, which ultimately being the customer, the member has a choice of when they want their groceries delivered. There is an option to have it delivered early or not, and this gives you greater leeway to manage your schedule. If the member is home in quarantine, they are available to receive their delivery anytime, as opposed to if they schedule it to be delivered when they return home from work. They have to be home to put that blue bill in the fridge. We get deeper into this in the section about schedule. Next. The section labeled My Orders for the shopper. Every order you accept will be listed in order or time that it is to be delivered. You can see in one spot how many you have or how few you have, and therefore can amend your schedule. If you have selected too many for the same hour, you may need to release one or two. But depending on the time, you can't do this if you are already within the window of shopping. If you have no orders, the available orders feature will be in its place. My Orders for the member. When a member places an order, each time they open up their app, they see their most current order on top of the list. They can click it open and see if a Shipt shopper has accepted it yet or not. And even during the shop, they can amend the order. It is usually easier to just message the shopper after they have introduced themselves and ask them to add something. Schedule for the shopper. You want to be on the schedule. Shipt will not send you shop offers if you are not on the schedule. And in order to keep up a good acceptance rating, to be discussed soon, you must accept at least one order that is sent to you during an hour that you are on schedule. If a Shipt shopper cannot fulfill an order of fresh, on time, and not squished groceries, they should release that order so another shopper can do it and do it well. Schedule for the member. Members are customers. Customers have ultimate say. The Shipt shopper may be the one making the schedule, but it is the member's say when their order is delivered. It is the member's schedule, not the Shipt shopper's. A shopper asking to deliver early, a day early, later, or whatnot, is doing so in order to maximize their order potential, and the result is possible mix-ups, slow delivery, room temperature groceries, and smooshed groceries because they are delivering 2 and 3 orders at a time. Slide and slide. Delivery history for the shopper. This is the best menu item ever. It is where you go to see your delivery history. Everyone knows what their job pays them. Everyone knows what their weekly or monthly paycheck will be. But you can see it here in black and white. You hit the refresh and maybe somebody has tipped you. Maybe somebody tipped you from a week ago. It shows what you were paid and tips. It even shows if you received a tip from the previous week. This is a great tracking tool. It helps you know how much you have done in a day and it shows previous week's totals as well. I'm sure it will help at tax time, which is not something I will get into. Once you start shifting, you will be in the mix well enough to know to look into paying taxes. You are not a W-2 employee. It is a 1099 situation. Delivery history for the member. Same. The member opens their app and the menu is already set to the delivery window, but that is only if they have a pending order. If they do not have a pending order, the window will open up and you will have the option to start a new order if you wish. Stats for the shopper. Your stats are everything. It is what Shipt uses to send you orders, or not. Earlier we talked about the hierarchy and in what order who gets the orders. Well, your stats play highly into that. Number 1, average rating. This is based on customer rating. In reviews, you want a 5.0. Number 2, on-time percentage. Naturally, you want 100%. The pandemic caused so many orders that Shipt suspended the on-time percentage and had late forgiveness. This has been reinstated. However, you should always shoot for on-time, like the front part of the window. Not, you will receive your groceries between 8 a.m. and Thanksgiving. Number 3, acceptance rate. This is what we spoke of earlier. If you are on the schedule, you must accept at least 1 order per hour that is sent to you. It ups your AR. Stats for the member. The member has no stats, but our stats are created based on their review of our performance. Help section for the shopper. So much help here. There is a list of ways to contact the mothership. If you have problems with an order, a member processing an order, etc., either by phone, good luck with that, or a chat sesh. There is also a shopper hub. It is full of tips and tricks and advice. Help for the member. The help section for the member is typical to any other website or help, and I'm indifferent to their suffering. Share Shipt for the shopper. When you open this menu item, your Shipt ID number is shown and you have a button in order to forward that ID via any web platform. If someone signs up under your ID number, after 30 days of membership, they get $10 credit, and you do too. Share Shipt for the member. I'm not aware if the sharing is the same for members, so I'm kind of indifferent to their suffering here as well. Final thoughts, shopper. Feel free to pause and read at your leisure. Final thoughts for the member. Just because you have given the shopping reins to a stranger does not mean you are not in control of your groceries. It is up to you who shops for you and when your groceries are delivered. If it is not done right, you have the right to rate it accordingly. This is your way of having a say in who shops for you or not, and slide. Final thoughts. Again, I'm not a professional shifter at all. I may continue to do this as a part-time hustle, but I'm working hard to find a job in the field of administrative professional. Please direct message me for my resume. So the 218 slides above are my perceptions, what I have seen and experienced. I'm sorry if I'm sharing false or inaccurate information. It is not intentional, but I'm sure the trends of this gig change on a dime. And here lastly is my final thoughts for you to read at your leisure.